our Doctor of Medicine is really based on a really strong emphasis on teamwork and collaborative learning. Importantly, we develop clinical skills early. So virtually from week one, we make sure that our teaching, while we're sort of sitting in that space of the biomedical sciences, which is, I should say, one of the areas I teach into, I teach the genetics for the medical course. At the same time, we're also teaching you how to translate that medical, basic sort of medical biomedical knowledge into the clinical skills. We also have a research stream running through our Doctor of Medicine, and that allows you to undertake a project of your choice in an area of interest, and that runs the whole of MD1 through to MD4, so the whole of the 4 years. And again, it allows you to go in depth into an area that particularly interests you and also develop your research skills at the same time, which, you know, as I alluded to in the beginning, is becoming more and more important if you are interested in that sort of clinical career choice. And I also mentioned as well that we do have as variable range of electives as possible that can include research opportunities, and as I mentioned, not only the national opportunities throughout Australia, but also some international opportunities as well. So on the next slide is just some information about one of the parts of our course that we are particularly proud of, and this is our Learning Coach program. So basically all of our students right from day one in MD1 in the first year allocated a learning coach. So I'm a learning coach. Nearly every academic and clinician who teaches into the program is a learning coach. And what it means is the learning coach works with, you know, gets allocated a group of first year students, and we work with those students throughout the whole 4 years. So this gives you a really nice underpinning with a person who knows the course well, that can really provide you, as it says there, learning support and, you know, allow you to think about your professional development, and it really allow you to work on things like using feedback effectively, how to develop what we call SMART goals. So this is, you know, specific, measurable, appropriate, realistic, and time limited goals. So we're really, as well as teaching you the information that you need in terms of how to go on and be a successful practicing clinician, this program allows you to also develop the professional part of your pathway through the course as well. And I can say from my experience of being a learning coach, it's one of the most amazing opportunities we get as educators. It's really such a wonderful experience to work with a student right from the day that they start, when they're a bit like, oh, I'm about to start medical school, what does this look like? All the way through till the end of 4th year. It's a real privilege to be able to see the journey that our students take and to support them on that. So the next slide goes through, just covers some of the facilities that we do have. So one of the really hallmark features of our program, and we were the first medical course in the Southern Hemisphere to do this, is that we combined education, teaching and research under the same roof, because our medical course is actually embedded within a teaching tertiary hospital. So we're based at the Flinders Medical Centre here at Bedford Park in South Australia, just outside of Adelaide. And basically, it means that we have the people that are doing the clinical work, so our clinical staff, our academics, our teaching staff, our researchers and our students are all together in the same physical space, which really supports, as it says there, that strong collaboration, which really is integral for a quality medical course. As you can see there, it's not just limited to Bedford Park. It's a model that we have rolled out throughout that central corridor in Australia. And you can see there's some other places there which may not mean much to you at the moment, but basically they're the names of the hospitals and the clinical locations where our teaching occurs right throughout, you know, regional and metropolitan South Australia and right through that central corridor into the Northern Territory. So again, it's one of the hallmarks of our program, and it really is what sets us apart from other offerings. If we can go to the next slide, I can tell you a little bit about our amazing academic team. So we have a truly incredible, skilled academic team with both national and international expertise. Many of the staff are themselves really highly skilled clinicians and researchers, and our educationalists are also at the top of their field as well. We recently had some Australian University Teaching Awards, and one of our educators here in the college was awarded one of only 4 teaching awards for the whole of the country. So, and that's the only award that was given in health education. So hopefully you can see that we really absolutely put a lot of emphasis and effort into the quality of our teaching for our students in the MD course. Really caring, committed approach, as I said. It's one of the hallmarks is that we're very student-centred, and we absolutely underpin everything that we do with student support. And our academics, as I mentioned, are winning awards and really are at the forefront of innovation in medical education. And this slide is demonstrating that. So here we have, so we can go to the next slide there. We have one of our educators, Boudica Weerasundara, who's based in the Northern Territory. And there she is teaching some of our medical students with it's called an anatomage table. And you can see the wording there. And basically it's a digital supplementary method that we use to teach anatomy that really allows students to digitally work through, as you can see there, the anatomy and the structures of the human body. So that's just one example. If we move on to the next slide, I can tell you a little bit about clinical placements. I've already mentioned this. Our whole course really is underpinned by our strong clinical partnerships. Evidence of this is that we were one of the only medical schools in Australia able to maintain clinical placements during those really tricky COVID years, so around the 2020, 2021 time period. And the reason for that is because the doctors and the consultants and the heads of department in our hospitals told us that our students were actually an integral part of the team and were really needed during this time. They weren't just, taking time away from the clinicians, but they were actually contributing to the clinical care. And that's why we were able to maintain those placements during that really difficult time. I've already mentioned as well that we do have that Australian Central Corridor, which we're very proud of and really has very good connections with the communities and those areas that have acute sort of medical need for medical practitioners through South Australia and the Northern Territory. So on the next slide should be a picture of one of our latest buildings that we're very proud of. This is the Health and Medical Research Building. So there's a little QR code there if you would like to have a look at, get some more information on that building. This building opened mid last year, maybe. It's been open for less than a year now. So a really state-of-the-art technology. We have clinical trials in there. We have a lot of our health and medical researchers located in that building. And again, with that advanced studies or the research stream, which we call advanced studies, with the research stream that runs through the MD, there's an opportunity for our medical students to engage with researchers in this building. Many of them, as I said, are clinicians, they're researchers, they're educators, they're doing the whole spectrum of the work there. And so many of our medical students do get the opportunity to carry out their research within that building, because obviously there's really tight links between medical research and the tools that clinicians have in order to treat patients.